We opened a brand new Etsy shop and scaled it to over 1,000 sales in the first 365 days. And the crazy part is, our team of virtual assistants did it all for us. In this video, we'll be pulling back the curtain to show you what worked, what didn't work, and what we're actively doing today to grow that Etsy shop.
We're Lauren and Connor, and we've done over $3 million in sales on Etsy. In fact, we did over $1 million just last year alone. Here's our real 1099 tax form from Etsy to prove it. And we only share that to give you proof, not to boast or brag in any way, but simply to say we think you should listen to us about Etsy, and here's why.
This video is broken into 3 parts. In part 1, we'll share our results from our brand new Etsy shop after the first 365 days, the same shop we started for our 0 to 100K challenge series. Then, in part 2, we'll share the strategies that allowed us to quickly scale our brand new shop. And finally, in part 3, we'll share what's next for this shop and how you can do this too.
Last summer, we started a new series on our YouTube channel. We called it the 0 to 100K Challenge, where we plan to open a brand new Etsy shop and show you exactly how we would scale it. If you haven't seen that series, be sure to check it out on our channel. But if you have seen the past episodes, this is episode 7. It's been a while since we gave you an update. In fact, we haven't posted a new challenge series video since the end of last August. So we wanted to give you all an update. First off, why haven't we posted a new video since August? Did we just give up on the challenge? No, we didn't give up on the challenge. We just had some other things going on. The biggest one being that we had our first son in December. He's doing awesome, and we're so grateful we've built our Etsy business. It's allowed us both to stay home to raise our son together. We had both quit our 9 to 5 jobs heading into 2025 and found out we were expecting our first baby a few months later. And Etsy has given us the time, location, and financial freedom to both be home to raise our son together while still growing our online business. In addition to having our first baby boy, we had our biggest year in business ever. Our Etsy shop did over $1 million in 2025. And while that was a huge milestone, it was a lot of work. We hired our second virtual assistant, or team member as we like to call them. And if you've sold on Etsy at all, you know how crazy Q4 can get. We ended up doing over $526,000 in Q4 last year and over $301,000 in just the peak 30 days alone. It was a crazy time, and since Etsy is our primary business, YouTube had to take a back seat. So, this video is meant to give you all an update on the challenge series. As a reminder, we officially opened that shop on June 29th last year. Our mission has been to make success on Etsy attainable for anyone willing to put in the work, and the challenge series has been our way to do just that. We wanted to show people like you how we would build an Etsy shop if we were starting over, to prove it was possible and teach you how we would do it, so that you too could hopefully find success, as long as you were willing to do the work. But when we first had the idea to do the challenge series, we had an even better idea. We haven't shared this in the challenge series yet, and have only briefly mentioned it in other recent videos. But when we opened the shop last June, we decided that we wouldn't be the ones to build the shop, because it would be somewhat expected for us to have success. We've done millions of dollars in sales on Etsy and have years of experience. So while that would be good proof that you could do this too, and kind of cool, we thought it would be even cooler and give you even more confidence that you could do this if we had someone else build the shop for us, following our exact process that we teach in the challenge series. So that's what we did. We had our 2 team members, our virtual assistants, build the shop. And they're not professional graphic designers or anything. They just work hard and follow our process to a T. One studied IT in college and the other studied politics. They're just normal people, just like you and me. And they've grown this shop from zero. They've created the designs, they've published the listings, they've fulfilled the orders, and they've handled all of the customer service. Literally everything. Well, almost everything. Full transparency, there was about a 10-day period where we had to help. Their home in the Philippines was hit with a typhoon, and they lost power for over a week, right in the middle of November. Hundreds of orders were coming in each day at that point, and it was pretty crazy. Our team normally fulfills all of our orders for us and does all the customer service. But Connor and I were thrown back into the fire. I was 8 months pregnant at this time, and we had made it our goal to hire our second team member heading into that Q4 season, knowing the baby could come anytime. And we needed to make sure the team could keep the business running without us until the storm hit. Thankfully, we made it through, and neither of them and their families were injured in the storm, and they were able to eventually get their internet back. And ultimately, it was just a huge reminder to us just how thankful we are for them. We couldn't run our business at the level we do without them, and we treat them just like family. We still paid them both their full pay, even for the work they couldn't do, because they are family and the storm was obviously out of their control. They recently shared with us how grateful they are for us too. One of them has been able to buy appliances for her and her grandmother, things they've never had before that we take for granted. Things like a washing machine, an air conditioner, and a vacuum cleaner. It's pretty cool that they can have such an impact on our lives, and we can also impact their lives too. So, back to the challenge series update. Our team members have created all the listings in the brand new shop. They started in July and were able to work on it through most of September. After that, everything got too busy in the other shops with the Q4 rush. They also spent a little bit of time in February of this year, but their main focus has been growing our other shops for the majority of this year. The Challenge Series shop just hasn't been the main focus because it's just been an experiment and a way to prove to you all that this can be done. It's almost better that they haven't been able to work on it full time because that's more realistic and probably similar to you if you're watching. Their full time job is managing and helping grow our other Etsy shops, just like you probably have a full time job or other commitments. So the point is, they've been able to do this with part time effort over the last 12 months.
Now, let's get to the stats, which we know is what you're all waiting for. So, the first sale happened on July 31st of last year. By the end of the first month, we had done just one sale. It took a little while to get listings up, and we actually waited until mid July to post our first listing, which was a couple weeks after opening up the new shop. We did this because Etsy doesn't let you run ads until your shop has been open for 15 days. So we waited for that 15-day period to pass, and then we started publishing our listings. Then in month 2, in August, we hit a milestone. The new shop had its first $1,000 month. In month 2, in August, we did 7 orders and $1,029 in revenue. Things were starting to work. Then in month 3, in September, the momentum continued. We did over $2,300 in September. Then in month 4, in October, we experienced a slight dip in sales. But we still stayed over $1,000 and we did $1,583 in sales that month. This was basically the calm before the storm for this new shop. Because in month 5, in November, we did $7,115 in sales. And in month 6, in December, we did $5,119 in sales. We thought sales might slow down a bit after the Christmas season, but the sales we made during Christmas have given the shop great momentum. Most Etsy sellers experience this too. After a busy Q4 season, they also see continued momentum into the new year. We've consistently done over $3,000 in sales each month this year. In January, we did $3,632. In February, we did $3,396. In March, we did $4,591. In April, we did $3,374. In May, we did $4,343. We don't have the full stats for June at the time we're recording this, but we'll show them here on the screen. And again, this shop has just been a side project, basically like a side hustle. We're recording this slightly before June 29th this year, or 365 days since opening last year. So we're going to grab screenshots of the actual 365 days and show you the exact numbers when we go and edit the video. But we've done over 1,000 sales over that first year across about 700 orders. Etsy counts sales basically as the number of units. So if someone orders 3 items, Etsy counts that as 1 order and 3 sales. Over the 365 days, we did around $40,000 in sales when you include the shipping collected. And for reference, our print-on-demand shops average between 15 to 20% in net profit. So on $40,000 of revenue, you could expect to make around $6,000 to $8,000 in profit. Not bad for a side hustle. I'm fully convinced that if we made this shop our top priority, the shop would have done over $100,000 in the first 12 months. And while we didn't get to $100,000 in the first 12 months, that shop is well on its way to hitting 6 figures and may even get there before the end of this year. We'll continue to keep you all updated so that we can complete the challenge. Because we don't just say things and not do them. We finish what we started, and it's not a matter of if we'll complete the challenge, it's a matter of when.
That leads us to part two. What were the strategies we used to quickly scale our new shop in the first year? Our strategy was basically everything we've shared in the challenge series. We start with choosing a product and doing some research. Then we build out our assets like our listing photo templates and listing templates. And then we get into designing, creating, and launching our listings. It's the exact process we always follow when launching a new product and the process we share in our $1 million per year Etsy business plan. We talk about that plan in another video, which we'll link at the end and in the description down below. But for now, let's keep going with what we did to quickly scale this new shop. I'm sure you're all wondering, what products did they sell? And since this challenge is ongoing, we're not sharing the product types or the shop name to maintain the integrity of the challenge and for our own privacy of our business. But we will say that every single product we've sold in this new shop is new. Before opening the shop, we had never sold any of the product types before. The challenge series tutorials use one of our favorite products, ornaments, as the example. But this shop doesn't sell any ornaments. We wanted to choose new products that we had no experience in. That makes the challenge more fun. And again, more realistic for a person who is maybe new to Etsy and every product type would be new to them. So, we're not going to dive too deep into the strategy here in this video because the first 6 episodes of the challenge do just that.
That brings us to part three. What's next for this shop? And how can you do this too? Let's start with what's next. We plan to continue to scale this shop, and we will get it to $100,000, hopefully by the end of this year. It likely still won't be our main priority because growing our other shops is still our main focus right now. Those shops grow a little bit faster right now because, yeah, those shops are a little bit more established. And we feel those shops still have a lot to grow. But what are we going to do in this shop? Over the first 6 months of this year, this shop is consistently doing $3,300 to $4,500 each month. That means we're currently in stage two because we're not yet at $10,000 per month. If you're not familiar with our scaling roadmap, you can grab your copy in the description below. It's completely free and maps out the 6 stages of an Etsy POD business, all the way from 0 to 100K plus months. It shows you exactly what to focus on depending on which stage you're at so that you can most quickly get to that next stage. We won't explain the full roadmap here in this video. You can go grab your personalized version of the roadmap and watch our free roadmap course later. But don't go yet, let's keep going with this video. So, if we just had this shop alone, we would be in what we call stage two. So, what would we focus on? And if you're in a similar position to where this shop is now, what will get you to the next stage the fastest? At this point, we have proof of concept. We have a real business that's making profits each month. Now we want to scale that to more meaningful profits. And getting to $10,000 per month is our next step. Except how we got to $3,000 to $4,000 per month likely won't be the same way we get to $10,000 per month. At least not the most efficient way. Sure, we could continue to add more listings and more products, and eventually we may just get there with that alone. But the fastest way to go from $3,000 to $10,000 per month will be to make improvements, to analyze the data and fix broken listings, to unlock the things constraining our listings from making more sales. Let me show you what we mean. Over the first 12 months, roughly, this shop, we'll call it Shop 3, had a 3% conversion rate and a 1.28% click rate. Not bad. But how does that compare to our other 2 successful shops that each made way more sales over the same period? Those 2 shops alone did over $1 million in sales over the same 12 months. Shop 1 had a conversion rate of 5.4% and a click rate of 1.6%. Shop 2 had a conversion rate of 5.2% and a click rate of 1.62%. These may seem like minor differences, but they are huge on Etsy. And we would consider our new shop, Shop 3, to be click constrained and conversion constrained. Let me explain. And before I do, full warning, I'm going to show you a little math. I know math scares some people, but I promise I'll be quick, and the math is super simple. And honestly, you need to understand things like this if you ever want to grow your business. Let's just assume we can improve our click rate from 1.28% to 1.6%. That's a 25% increase. That means that even if we get no additional views, 25% more people will click on our listings when they see them in search. Now, what about conversion rate? Let's assume we can improve our conversion rate from 3% to 5%. That's a 67% increase in conversion rate, meaning that of the people who click on our listing, 67% more will convert to a sale compared to right now. So, what does that mean? If we make changes to our existing listings to simply improve click rate from 1.28% to 1.6% and conversion rate from 3% to 5%, we'll see an increase in revenue by 2.09x. Here's how this works. A 25% increase gives us a 1.25 click rate multiplier, and a 67% increase gives us a 1.67 conversion rate multiplier. When we multiply the two together, we get a total revenue multiplier of 2.0875, or roughly 2.09x. So let's look back at the last full month we have at the time of this recording, which is May of 2026. We did $4,343 in revenue in the new shop that month. So if we just make the improvements to fixed click rate and conversion rate, we would see 2.09 times $4,343 or $9,066 in revenue, which is much closer to our $10,000 per month goal. Except this analysis is a little too simplified. It doesn't tell us the full story. It assumes that the number of views we get stays the same, which if they do, we're already pretty close to our next goal anyway. But because we sell in a marketplace, it's unrealistic to assume our views stay the same. When we improve both our click rate and our conversion rate, we're going to make more sales, over 2 times as many sales. And Etsy will reward us for that with more views, because Etsy makes money when we make sales. So improving our metrics gives Etsy the green light to show our listings way more, because they'll have more confidence that when customers see our listings, they click and buy. It's hard to quantify how much our views will actually increase. Let's just assume something small for now. Let's assume our views increase by 50%. That may seem like a lot, but I promise it's not. So our total revenue multiplier now becomes 1.25 times 1.67 times 1.5, which equals 3.13. 3.13 times our original monthly revenue of $43.43 would result in a monthly revenue of $13,599. We would now have hit our goal. Now, is this realistic? It's absolutely realistic, and it's how we've scaled our other 2 shops to the levels they're currently at. In this example, we assume a total revenue multiplier of 3.13. But have we experienced this before? We have. We've experienced revenue multipliers up to 21x. That would bring our revenue from $4,343 to over $91,000 in a single month. Sounds crazy, but it's not, because we've already done it before. So that's what we plan to do. That's our strategy going forward. Our time will be best spent digging in and finding what's constraining our listings. We'll unlock our click constraint and our conversion constraint and scale that way, because that's the quickest way to our next goal of $10,000 per month. Again, adding more listings or more products at this point could get us there, but it won't be the fastest way, and it definitely won't get us to that possible $91,000 in a single month or more. Because if we don't fix what's broken now, we'll keep making the same mistakes going forward, and that will forever limit the potential of this shop.
So, you might be wondering, how can I do this too? We're going to link a couple videos on the next screen. The first video is for new Etsy sellers. If you have a new shop or you're just struggling to find any real success, go watch the first video. We share our full Etsy business plan and show you exactly what you need to do to get to your first $1,000 month on Etsy, like we were able to do in this new shop within the first 60 days.
The second video is for sellers who have had some success, who have done $1,000 in sales before in a single month, but are still below $10,000 per month like our new shop is right now. That second video will show you exactly how to scale your shop to consistent $10,000 months or more, how to actually unlock the constraints we talked about earlier. Both videos will be linked below in the description too. Thanks for watching.